Conversation, guys, feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I just got a question. What is Eddie Hearn breastfeeding Anthony Joshua? I just saw a really good video by Ego. Go check it out on his last page. I forget the name of the title, but you'll know it when you see it. And I've been wanting to do that video, but it allocates a lot of time. But I'll just say this to the UK fans and Eddie Hearn: I want that smoke. I want that interview. I want this interview so bad. Like, you know what I mean? Because you got to ask him the pros and the cons. You know what I mean? Like, validating his lies, and I'll do my research before the interview, as I do all my interviews. You know what I mean? Because it just needs to be a thorough interview / conversation as it relates to Eddie Hearn and the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fiasco. And I was sitting down thinking, and I'm thinking that, let me get out the car. I'm thinking that either they're collaborating, either Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn are collaborating, or Anthony Joshua has no idea what the hell is going on, and he's just feeding them the things that he wants to hear. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm really interested to see how this plays out. He confirmed the 2 dates, but Eddie Hearn is literally. I think if Eddie Hearn woke up and said he was black, the UK fans would believe him. Like seriously. Like, the comments in my comment section are pretty hilarious. You know what I mean? Are pretty uberly hilarious. You know what I mean? And it's just beside me how the man can say 2 different things in 2 consecutive interviews, and the people literally believe him. So I have no idea. How you doing, Queen? Wonderful. And so it's just beside me, man. I can't. My son is cutting the grass in the park. He got his lawnmower out. So he's cutting the grass in the park. So but yeah, man, it's just, I don't know what else to do, what else to say. Now it becomes like a reality show. Kind of like, I've never watched the show, but I've seen, the outtakes on Instagram, Love and Hip Hop, whatever the case may be. What will be the title of it? Eddie and I don't. It's just beside me. But Eddie Hearn, I know you watch the interviews. I can tell by how you sequentially order the people that you have allocated to do your interviews. You asked Fight Hype to do the interview, and you also asked IFL, but you haven't really sat down with the media personnel that absolutely disagrees with you and just wants the truth. You know what I mean? It's going to be very interesting. And if I'm Deontay Wilder, I don't have a conversation with him without a camera present. Because at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder, you've done your due diligence. I know for a fact you have. I know for a fact Shelly Finkel has. And I'll just say I know for a fact Team Wilder has done their due diligence. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's time for the fans to know the truth on, and it really doesn't matter what, it matters what the fans in the UK think, but it really matters to the American fans, because Eddie Hearn is trying to break the American market. He's doing a below average job in breaking the market. He attempted to do it with Daniel Jacobs. That bombed. I just can't see how you only have 7,000 people, and Daniel Jacobs and Big Baby Miller is from Brooklyn, and it was halfway sold out, and you got a kid like Deontay Wilder, who's from Alabama, selling out the arena. You know what I mean? So that's just what I believe. But as I say, Deontay Wilder, do not, under any circumstances, meet with Eddie Hearn without a camera present, because you guys will leave that meeting 100% sure telling two different stories. He's going to say one thing, oh, and then Deontay Wilder is basically going to, I believe Deontay Wilder. You know, I believe he's, and you know why I believe him? And the UK fans will say, oh, that's preposterous, don't make sense. Because Eddie Hearn offered him $12.5 million to start, and then he only took a $2.5 million bonus. So he's basically compromised whatever he would have been making in terms of the upside just to make the fight happen. And it was intentional to keep Anthony Joshua quiet. It was intentional that Eddie Hearn told Anthony Joshua not to say anything because they didn't want to give two different stories out there, because Anthony Joshua really, truly doesn't understand what's going on behind the scenes, or doesn't know what's going on. I'm not sure if he understands, but I know he doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes. I know for a fact, because any man that's anything about something, and the goal, honestly, at the end of the day, the goal was to be Floyd Mayweather in terms of money, right? And how you become that is you pseudo take the lead or you are the lead. Floyd Mayweather was always in the leadership role in terms of promoting, in terms of putting the fights together, in terms of handpicking his opponent. And even when it was a big fight, like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather made it public when he met him. That was intentional, guys. People say it was by accident. You know, Floyd has a private jet. He can get anywhere he wants to go. You know, I don't have any information on it, whether it was real or not. I mean, intentional or not. But it was rather intentional that he met Manny Pacquiao in a public setting and dictated the terms of that fight. Right? So I genuinely believe it was intentional. It was a perfect storm. Manny Pacquiao had to stay an extra couple of days. Floyd Mayweather has a home in Miami. You know, it was just a perfect storm at a game. You know, Floyd goes up to him and says, we got to make this fight happen. Let's meet after the game. They met after the game. You saw the videos that came out of them meeting in, I believe, Manny Pacquiao's hotel. And that should have been Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has 3 important belts. Anthony Joshua, you know what I mean, wants to be the ace high. I would argue that he is the ace high in this fight. And none of that matters because Deontay Wilder has agreed to, which is the most important part, the money part. The money is the percentages, and the money and the slices of the pay-per-views is the hardest part, because once you iron out the money, everything else is honestly secondary, guys. And I've been not in negotiations, but I've been day to day with negotiations with fighters and contracts and understanding how it goes. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder is not opposed. He was going to fight Anthony Povetkin, what's his name? Alexander Povetkin. You know, even though he was on steroids, you know. And to substantiate that claim, he fought Luis Ortiz, a juiced up Luis Ortiz, you know what I mean? And Anthony Joshua has yet to fight an opponent like Luis Ortiz. Vladimir Klitschko was an older version of himself. Was he a great heavyweight champion? Absolutely. You know, did he hold the heavyweight division hostage? I wouldn't say hostage, but he did a hell of a job for 9, 11 years. I forget how many, was it 16, 17 defenses in a row? I have no idea. But he did a hell of a job doing that. And I'm just excited for what happens next. And I'm excited. And Eddie Hearn, I want that smoke. I want that interview. And I know the UK fans say you don't deserve it. You're sucking his yada. I'm not sucking. Listen, I'm not sucking no man's. I'm doing this for the sport of boxing. I think someone needs to sit across the DS or the table from Eddie Hearn and not be afraid to ask him questions. You know, we want the truth. You know, he has all these obligatory comments about PBC and the Team Wilder and what's going on with negotiations and the progress of Daniel Jacobs lying about ticket sales. I believe lying about ticket sales and the UK and the prices of the tickets and what was the total gate. You know, I think it's very important that we get these answers. You know, so that's just what I believe and what I feel. Let me guys know how you feel in the comment section. But I genuinely believe Eddie Hearn is breastfeeding Anthony Joshua a lot of propaganda and filibustering to get his way. I 100% believe, and I'm being real, I 100% believe Team Povetkin has allocated resources. Let's just call them resources, quote unquote resources, to Eddie Hearn to make this Povetkin fight happen. You understand what I'm saying? And obviously Povetkin is the lesser of two evils. He's a lot older, shorter. So, I mean, when push comes to shove, Anthony Joshua literally just has to fight from distance. And obviously it's going to be the left hook that either makes or breaks Povetkin, as we've seen in a lot of his fights. So just sit back and enjoy the ride, and we'll see what happens. But Eddie Hearn, I want that smoke. I want that interview. I want that interview. It ain't going to be no filibustering. I just want to ask you straight, hard, cold questions. No animosity. It's really, I have nothing personal against you. I just think you're a liar. I think you're just misappropriating pivotal information that all boxing fans need to know. And I think you understand how to be a con man. I think you understand how to leverage your white skin and blue eyes, and I genuinely believe you do an exceptional job at that. So why not? It will be the most watched interview. A little black kid from Harlem, you know what I mean? Come from nothing, ain't nothing, right? And probably in your eyes, ain't nothing, you know what I mean? Against a silver spoon, white man, green-eyed, blue-eyed man, you know what I mean? So to American boxing fans that want this fight, you are the blue-eyed devil. You understand what I'm saying? So I want that smoke. I literally want that smoke. I want that smoke. I want that interview. So I think the IFL dropped the ball. I think Fight Hype dropped the ball. I want that smoke. I want that interview. And I think I would do my due diligence, and we'll have a great conversation. You know, as I said, it's not personal. What I internalize personal, just so you guys know, is when it inflicts itself on my culture. And that's the problem I have with Golden Boy. He infringed himself upon my culture and the people that look and believe in the same things that I believe in. And so, but this, we just want the truth, all right? I literally just want the truth, and my subscribers want the truth, and American boxing fans just want the truth, man. You've been lying and lying. I can't wait to put your quotes before you. I can't wait to put your quotes before you, man. And you know what I mean? You just, oh my gosh.
I'm ready to sit down right there and relax.
You ready to go home?
No.
Okay. I'm about to wrap up this video. Go ahead Daddy does videos all day. All right, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram.
Daddy also say punch.
Punch. Show me a jab. That's your right hand. Show me a jab. There you go. Jab, 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 jab. Good job. Barbershop conversations. Hit the subscribe button.
Daddy also say punch.
Oh, don't hit me there. I talked to you so, peace.